What is up, everybody? This is Lyle, No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. I have a message for all you guys that are going through TNT training right now. Before I get to that message, listen. I broke my first unwritten rule coming off of home time. Got a load going from Dodge City, Kansas to Spokane, Washington. And let me tell you, these last couple drive shifts been real. Let me tell you. Hold on a second.
0 hours and 12 minutes of remaining drive time.
I just put in the perfect drive shift. Listen, this drive shift today and all this ice and snow and everything like that, 627 miles. That's putting in some work right there, going through all these mountains. But let me tell you, I've been thinking about this all day long as I'm dealing with this ice and snow and mix and all this kind of stuff. Listen, I know it sounds corny for somebody to be telling you current TNT drivers that I'm proud of you guys, but listen, I'm proud of all you guys that are dealing with this training out here. This winter has been no joke. Now, one thing I can tell you, as hard as it might be going through this, you guys are going to definitely be battle hardened when you guys get off of your trucks. If you're dealing with the stuff that I was dealing with before I went home and the stuff that I'm dealing with now. Let me see if I could turn this camera around right quick so you can kind of see what I'm like. I am currently in Missoula, Montana. I drove out about 60 miles further than I was planning on driving because I figured, let me deal with as much of this stuff as I can deal with while it's sunny outside, so I don't have to deal with a lot of this in the morning. Because this morning when I woke up, I'm not one that's going to be praying over anything, but I was praying for that sun to come up. And guess what? God is real. The sun came up. Could have came up a little bit faster, but anyway, another story. So the temperature that this is supposed to get to tonight, minus 35 degrees. Let me turn you guys around so you can see what it kind of looks like out here. It's been flurrying just a bit, but really not too bad, other than the average temperature on this drive has been about -2. So really been having to look out for ice and stuff like that, especially coming down some of these downgrades. And I keep looking over at this thing because I'm surprised that I put in 627 miles, and these aren't carryover miles that I ran, into midnight or anything like that, because I got off the road yesterday at about 6 o'clock or something like that. So anyway, you guys going through TNT, I know that 50,000 miles is a long time, all that kind of stuff, but this has been an unusually hard winter. So if you can make it through this, you can make it through anything. Now I'm just hoping to skip in and out of Spokane, Washington real quick before weather out here turns around. I kind of accepted this load because it seems like no matter where you go in this country, it's bad weather everywhere. So it's like, at least getting out of Denver, where was I going to go? There's bad weather in Kansas once I got there. If I was to go east, there's bad weather there. South, I was seeing that there was like slick roads. So no matter what happened, I was going to be in the middle of it. This load gets dropped off at, let me take a look. Double check myself. This load drops off tomorrow at 1100 hours. So I'm 200 miles away, almost exactly. Let me take a look. Yeah, about 200 miles away. So I'm going to schedule myself with trying to get there about an hour and a half early, maybe 2, just in case. I'm really unfamiliar with this, with the Northwest. So I'm really not sure what to expect as far as what other mountains I need to go over and what kind of weather is going to be along the way. I'm going to check into that. But, all these apps, everybody, you look on Facebook and you have people that are asking logical questions. Hey, what's the roads like out there? And you got these, always got to be some negative ass people. You know what I'm saying? This is in the prime Facebook groups too. Well, why don't you look up Y dot? Or, you know, why don't you look up this? Why don't you look up that? Listen, I looked up all that shit, and it wasn't saying nothing about the roads being as slick as they were out here today. So, I'm not saying I'd be the type to get on Facebook and ask anybody what the weather's like out there, because, you know, I'd rather deal with it when I got to deal with it rather than worry about what I'm going to have to deal with later anyway. So, enough about that. But, oh, you know what, Sean 404, I'm going to be getting to your question here. I was just looking it up. I might actually make that video right after this. Had questions about the walkaway lease, stuff like that. Sean, I'm going to try to get that video up in the next couple of days. And also, had somebody ask a question, asked if I would suggest somebody going company team after 30,000 miles so they could start making money a little bit faster and kind of get out of the TNT phase. I definitely have opinions about that. Probably not the most popular opinion if you're currently in TNT training and thinking about doing that. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up. I might get on to one of these other videos since I will have a little bit more than 10 hours to chill unless I wake up and this snow is a little bit worse than it is now. It's coming down a little bit harder, so if I wake up to some snow, I might get out there a little bit early. Anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for stopping by TNT. What am I talking about? I'd like to thank you guys for stopping by No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. I appreciate it. Comment, subscribe, and I'm out.